My name is Kwabena Mensah, born in Takoradi, Ghana. For 19 years of my life, I was not just an occultist, I was a Grand Master initiator, trained across Ghana, Togo, Benin, and Côte d'Ivoire. Midnight was my office. Darkness was my identity. While people slept peacefully, I walked into homes, manipulated destinies, and carried out spiritual assignments ordinary people cannot imagine. Tonight, I will reveal what truly happens between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m., the hours when destinies are exchanged, virtues are stolen, and covenants are enforced. Many Christians ignore these hours, and that ignorance is killing destinies. New Moon: How I Entered Darkness. I was recruited at 21 by my uncle Kojo, a wealthy cocoa merchant who was respected publicly but served spirits privately. One evening, he took me to a grove near Buzua Beach. There, in front of a stone altar, I drank a concoction of palm wine, ashes, and animal blood. My spirit left my body instantly. When I returned, an old priest said, "From today, midnight is your realm. Daylight is for ordinary men." They made us memorize this scripture first, not to honor it but to mock Christians. While men slept, the enemy came and sowed tares. Matthew 13:25. And indeed, most people sleep through the greatest battles. 12 o'clock 12 a.m. the first gate opens. Midnight is not just a time. It is a gate, a spiritual doorway. At 12 a.m., 3 things happen. 1. Human consciousness weakens. 2. Territorial spirits gain movement. 3. Portals between realms open. Our order gathered around a copper basin filled with charcoal and cola nut. It acted like a demonic satellite dish. We used it to see houses, track people, monitor pastors, send spiritual projections. Assignment 1: The pastor in Sunyani. My first assignment as a junior agent was against a pastor who publicly mocked our shrine. At 12:03 a.m., we invoked his name and appeared in his bedroom spiritually. He was sleeping deeply. We removed his light covering, a spiritual blanket that protects pastors. Within months, his church split, his marriage broke, depression set in, Bible confirmation, strike the shepherd, and the sheep shall scatter. Zechariah 13:7. We targeted shepherds often. 1 o'clock 1 a.m. the real battles begin. Between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. is the most dangerous hour. This is when we steal virtues, exchange destinies, manipulate dreams, plant spiritual cages, project sickness, initiate accidents. Assignment 2: The girl in Kumasi, Abo Abo. Her star was bright. Heaven had marked her for greatness. At 1:12 a.m., we approached her bed as smoke. But her room caught fire, spiritual fire. A voice thundered, "Touch not my anointed." We lost that assignment. That was my first lesson. Consistent prayer builds walls demons cannot cross. Assignment 3: The bank manager in Tima. Jealous colleagues contracted us to destroy him. At 1:27 a.m., we chained his hands spiritually. The chain was invisible but real. Every night, we drained his strength. Weeks later, he made costly errors. He was demoted. His marriage collapsed. Bible confirmation. The enemy comes to steal, kill and destroy. John 10:10. We specialized in stealing virtue, the unseen fuel behind success. Assignment 4: The newly married couple in Takoradi. A jealous church member hired us. Between 1 a.m. and 2:30 a.m., we planted dreams of infidelity, fear, anger, distrust. Within 6 months they separated. Dream manipulation is one of the strongest occult tools. Assignment 5: The lecturer in Cape Coast. He was destined to impact Africa. At 1:45 a.m., we exchanged his star with that of a junior cult member. This is called transposition. He lost everything. The junior member prospered. Bible says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood." Ephesians 6:12. Many battles start in dreams. Assignment 6. The trader in Lomé, Togo. She prayed loudly during the day but slept empty at night. When we arrived at 1:58 a.m., her atmosphere was spiritually dry. Her walls were unguarded. We placed a shadow over her shop. Within weeks, customers avoided her. When she prayed at midnight, we fled. When she stopped, we returned. Assignment 7. The young man in Abidjan. His blessing was scheduled in 14 days. We were assigned to delay him. At 1:30 a.m., we stole his dream bag, the spiritual symbol of opportunity. He woke up crying. People say, whenever I get close to breakthrough, something happens. It's not coincidence. It's spiritual timing. 2:30 a.m., the hour of decisions. Between 2:30 a.m. and 3 a.m., we wrote spiritual decrees. Who should fail? Who should get sick? Who should be disgraced? Who should miss opportunities? Which marriage should break? In Kaswa, we were hired to scatter a wedding. We cracked cola nut over the bride's name. 3 days later, the wedding was cancelled. Spiritual decisions manifest physically. 3:03 a.m., when angels take over. We hated the 3 a.m. hour. At 3 a.m., angels descend. Demonic mobility weakens. Portals close. Decrees begin to break. One night in Sekondi, an angel struck a demon that worked with us. It vanished like smoke. Biblical proof. At midnight Paul and Silas prayed, and suddenly, Acts 16:25-26. Midnight to dawn is the time of divine intervention. Sunrise, my deliverance. The real war began here. Deliverance did not happen instantly. It was a violent battle for my soul. It began in 2017 during an assignment in Cape Coast. The Angelic invasion. We entered a young lady's room around 12:40 a.m. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted. The temperature changed. Light flooded the room. A massive angel stood at the foot of her bed. He called my name loudly. Kwabena Mensa, you have been marked for mercy. A wind struck my spirit. Something inside me broke. I fell back into my body in Takoradi screaming. For 3 days I could not stand. Spirits I once commanded came to torment me. Pressing my chest. Choking me. Threatening me. Reminding me of my covenants. My room smelled like rotten blood. I knew I needed help. I fled to Accra, place of worship the man God used, Pastor Daniel. My cousin took me to a humble pastor in Medina. The moment I sat down, he said, "Your chains are ancient, but the one who brought you here is older than your covenants." He opened his Bible, and the light shines in darkness, John 1:5. He prayed. I felt invisible ropes tightening around me. He shouted, "Spirit of the sea, release him." I screamed as I fell. It was the first of 14 deliverance sessions. The deliverance process. Session 1. Breaking the blood covenant. I vomited black stones and sand. Session 2. Marine marriage. A cold invisible hand slapped me. The marine bride cried as I renounced her. Session 3. 7 serpents ritual. My legs stiffened. He prayed Psalm 91:13. My body jerked as each serpent broke off. Session 4. Confrontation night. My former Grand Master confronted me spiritually. He told me I would die. Pastor Daniel declared, "He shall not die but live." Psalm 118:17. The room shook. The spirit vanished. Sessions 5. Cleansing. The nightmares stopped. I slept like a human being for the first time in 19 years. My soul was finally free. Sunrise. My transformation. After the final session, I wept uncontrollably. Pastor Daniel laid his hand on me and said, "God didn't save you to hide you. He saved you to expose darkness." Those words changed my destiny. Today, I reveal the things I once practiced. My advice to every viewer. 1. Don't sleep spiritually empty. Even a 2-minute prayer lifts your atmosphere. 2. Guard your midnight. Wake up. Whisper Jesus. It shifts the climate. 3. Purity is protection. Sin opens doors. 4. Forgive before sleeping. Bitterness is a crack demon's exploit. 5. Cover your children. They are easy targets. 6. Keep your home spiritually active. Worship, scripture, declarations. 7. Don't fear. Fear empowers the enemy. 8. Seek deliverance if needed. Hiding bondage empowers darkness. Remember, the light shines in darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. John 1:5. You are not helpless. Your midnight can become your victory. You are not helpless. Your midnight can become your victory hour.